Hey everybody, welcome to Minus Cast. We are here with the Minus World Boys. I'm Char5. With me are Nathaniel Bandy.
Hello.
We have Nintendrew.
Hey, how's it going?
We have Swanky Box.
What up?
And we have Tetrabit Gaming.
Yes, Papa.
Oh my god, here we go.
It begins.
Jesus.
So basically, this is going to be a little thing that we're going to put on the Minus World channel. What it is just a series of podcasts. From here on, we're going to have obviously different members of Minus World joining in. We do want to limit the number of people we have on the podcast at a single time. Like, we don't want to have everyone in at the same time. Otherwise, it'll just be people talking over each other, people never getting a chance to talk. And the idea came mostly from just how much we enjoy having conversations. Like, when we have recording sessions, sometimes we just keep on talking for another few hours, and we thought, you know what? Why not do something with that? Like, why not record our conversations? Because some of this is pretty interesting.
Why not capitalize on that with monetization?
And I think another part to that is, like, when we all went out to E3 together, obviously from all over the world, I thought it was kind of interesting how we had that same synergy in the room as we did online. Mm-hmm. So based on, the funny conversations, the recurring jokes and all that stuff, we thought it'd be a good idea just to, make a cast on it. And I've been looking forward to this for a while.
Oh, me too. Basically, obviously every podcast is going to have like a different subject, and we're still planning that out, depending on who's going to be in it, who's going to record and all that stuff. I mean, mostly who will be doing the editing, which will be yours truly, but who is going to be recording in the voice chat. And we thought that the first podcast would be interesting to get the introspective as to how that started, like what, like how we wanted to start the podcast and what, led us to that decision.
And I think that alone stems from because I remember sitting around talking at E3, but I think a big part of, why don't we take a step back? I think a lot of people who watched our E3 videos didn't know exactly what was going on. Some people thought we all bought a house together. Some people thought they had no idea.
Right. Well, I think it's because we didn't really announce that we were going, did we? Well, some of us did.
Well, not really. I mean, Hobo Bros had their one video saying, hey, we're all staying together. But this was after E3, so there wasn't an official announcement. Right. So I do think maybe there was a little bit of a lack of miscommunication there on our end.
Yeah, I think, a lot of you guys tweeted out pictures of, being at E3.
Yeah.
And I think we tweeted, I think I tweeted a few times from the house.
Actually, since we're bringing this up, I might as well kind of announce early that there is going to be another mini Minus World meetup coming up in October. Everyone's going to be going to my place. And I will be announcing it actually next month because I'm going to have a small little update video. But that's something that I'm really looking forward to because, like we've all kind of talked about, E3 this year was one of the most fun times I've ever had. And really I'm excited to be able to hang out with some of the people from Minus World. So I think everyone here is going to be going to my place. I'm trying to think if anyone else is going to make it. I know Simple Flips is thinking about it, but probably not.
Nico never got back to you.
No, Nico never got back to me. He's still welcome to join, of course. But we're going to be recording, obviously, collab videos. I don't want to spoil what's going to be recorded, but I am super pumped about that.
Oh, yeah. I think that was one of the coolest
things. Wall kicks
will
work.
I think that was definitely one of the coolest things about E3 was just I don't know, it felt really natural right away to me. Especially after hanging out with Nathan and with Drew the past few weeks, it just felt even more natural to be oh, I'm waking up and my friends are here,
Yeah, it was
I
pretty
like waking
cool
up with you too.
What's that?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I said I like waking up with you too.
What were you saying, Nathan?
I don't remember. I don't remember at all. It's fine. I'll never forgive you. It's okay.
Yeah, I can deal with it.
I mean, what?
Well, you two are basically the same person.
Yeah.
I mean, we all saw it on video.
I am Drew's Echo Fighter. After
What do you mean,
all.
basically?
Drew's Echo Fighter.
So, if I remember correctly, we barged into Drew's room and we found Bandy in the bed wearing Bears clothes.
Okay, I did not want to do that. I was
Yeah,
like,
no.
this is the dumbest thing ever. But then Kevin
remember
kept
you really
egging me
didn't wanna
on.
do
I'm like,
it.
oh, fine.
Kevin digged into you.
Oh,
Like,
now
no,
we can't,
you have to.
we can't let Kevin listen to this podcast now.
You have
He's
to do
very
it, Bandy.
insistent
You have
on
to
us
do
doing
it.
that.
Yeah, he was.
You gotta
I was
do
like,
it for
oh,
the meme.
all right, fine, I'll
have to
do it for the meme.
Yeah.
I guess it was worth it. It was kind of funny.
it was.
So-
That was like
It's
a,
worth
that
it.
was like a saying of the week. Just do a meme.
Just do a meme.
Yeah.
Do a quick meme.
I love. I love.
I
it.
feel like I was gonna say I feel like every time you said do a quick meme, like I couldn't meme because like memes are such a natural thing that when you put it on the spot, you just say I don't know.
Yeah.
I would fumble every time.
Well, it's funny that you bring that up because I feel like the same thing happened with Tetra and Bing Bing Wahoo. Like it wasn't it wasn't so much like a on the spot like do a meme thing, but it was on the spot like say something.
Yeah, honestly.
I think that's the fascinating thing about memes is that you never know when they're going to happen. Like, that's what makes them kind of cool, I guess. It's because it's always just in the moment and completely spontaneous. And, like, it's always, like, the environment and the context of, like, what's being held. That's what creates the meme. And that's what makes it, like, yeah, that's why you, like, can't just, artificially make them. It always just kind of randomly happens.
Memes are like a box of chocolates, is what you're trying to say.
Yes, that's exactly
You never
what
know
I'm
what you're
saying.
gonna get.
That's right.
I did what I have something to say on the topic of do a meme being a common theme from Kevin during our trip.
Yes.
Maybe I shouldn't announce this because this might not be the case for much longer. But I did notice. You guys know how Google's opening up like a whole bunch of new domain suffixes for you or for websites that you can register. There's like all sorts of different things like .mobile and
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't
all
know that.
Just crazy suffixes that you wouldn't have seen 5 years ago. But anyway,
Wait, so
one of them-
technically we could register the domain -.world, and that would just be our website.
yeah, if it hasn't already been taken, we should
Oh,
check
that's
into
awesome.
that's
But-
really cool.
or we could
that.
we
That
could
did
do
not cross my
subdomain.
mind.
It could be -.world.meme.
Oh,
Well, so that's what I was going to say is that there's not I don't think there's
no,
a .meme suffix, but
it should be -world.bup.
yeah, that would be cool.
so I don't think there is a .meme suffix, but there is a .me. So I noticed that you could do a meme as a website like doame.me,
.me.
and that is
Oh my
unregistered as of yet. So we could go get do a meme
forget-
and just put videos of Simple Flips up there or something.
Let's buy it. It'll just link to Simple Flip's channel.
I forget what country code that is. .me. It's tied to a country, but I
don't
know
know.
people use it for personal websites and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that being said, like, what was everybody's favorite experience from E3? Like, what was their favorite, part of the whole experience? Whether it be going to the convention itself, or the expo, I should say, or being at the house.
Oh, my favorite for me, it was definitely the trivia. The whole trivia
trivia was
thing.
good.
Oh my god, that was so much fun.
That was my least favorite experience.
You got gypped, man. Dude, when I watched the videos over, I forgot you were on your own team. I'm like, wow, this really sucks. This is so unfair to him.
It's all good. I'll teach you how to cheat next time.
Yeah,
Teach
You're-
you how to
you're great
move
at
up to the victory.
Flash
Let's go do
liquidizing
some quick maths.
ultimate dowsing device.
hate you.
Oh, dude, it was so nice hearing a Mario Kart question. I'm like, yep, I got this. This is mine.
When I watched the
one's
video
taking
back,
this.
every time they asked a Mario Kart question, I'm like, yeah, Nathan's gonna answer it.
This is my question.
I was still confused with the Smash Bros. Trophy question. I was watching it back and I was like,
Aw.
pretty sure you
Okay.
answered it correctly.
I
Yeah.
felt so bad for you.
Okay, so I don't even know why I knew that, but well, actually I do because I recently did a video on Melee and I was studying the trophies for whatever reason, and I'm pretty sure it was like 2 or 3 Japanese exclusive trophies.
There's 2. Yeah, there's the
Yeah,
Samus
there's-
Unmasked one and Yoshi
And the
or
Mario-
Mario riding Yoshi.
Right, exactly. It was those 2. I think I might have said 293, but I don't remember. But
yeah.
yeah. That was still, I don't know. That was my favorite moment of E3.
What about you, Drew?
Didn't he upload?
What?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, didn't Kevin upload the video? It's like Jeopardy.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
wrong thing.
He uploaded the trivia one as Jeopardy, and then we were like, Kev? He's like, oh, I'm
Well,
sorry.
he changed it.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
changed it afterwards, but yeah, it's kind of confusing.
Because Jeopardy came afterward.
Hmm.
Something like that. Yeah.
What about everyone else? What was everyone else's favorite moment?
I liked doing the the Mario 64 online stuff, like the Goomba race.
Yeah.
Oh
Watching everyone get
yeah.
incredibly frustrated with that,
man.
and like just walking around the room and not actively having to play in that one, and just watching someone. Just knowing when they died that they were guaranteed last place was sort of oddly satisfying.
I think the ironic part about playing all that Mario 64 was that we were having more technical issues in the same room than we do around the world.
Yeah.
Like it took us over 2 hours to set up that 10v1 race, and it took setting up your videos like what, an hour and a half, 2 hours? It's ridiculous.
Something like that, yeah.
That's because when we're doing it from around the world, I'm in charge of the server, and I've got all the
Exactly. You got the hookups.
Didn't we still set it up with your server though?
Yeah, eventually we started remoting into my server in Kentucky from Los Angeles because it was not working.
Oh man!
Thank God for your server.
Thank God you left your computer on.
Yeah, I never turn it off. Yeah.
I don't.
What about you, Tetra Drew?
My favorite part was probably when we played Fibbage 3. And just all the Jackbox games.
Which time?
Which every time.
Fibbage 3.
Classic. No, I love the one time. One time we streamed it on Simple Flips' Twitch. That was a good time.
Oh yeah.
It was
Made
so
that
fun.
awesome Kirby shirt.
Yeah.
Which is now available for purchase, by the way. You can actually buy that shirt now.
Which takes us to a message from our sponsors.
Yeah, there you go.
TKO. If you would like to support Simple Flips for only $22, and maybe even help me out because I
Buy this. Buy the sad Kirby shirt.
Dad,
Wear
come
it
home.
proudly.
Did your dad go out for cigarettes and never came home? I'm sorry.
Okay, so
The only thing that can make I was gonna say the
go
only thing that can make that shirt better would be like a pair of shorts that just has like Kirby's human feet on the thighs.
Oh my God.
Oh God, that's horrifying.
Ultimate combo pack.
And now we suggest it to Simple Flips. What about you, Drew? What was your favorite?
Well, I would say, getting a little bit more specific, I would say my favorite moment during that whole trip was probably the second day of E3, of the actual convention, going on the expo floor with you guys, because the first day we got there, the highlight of the day was I did get to play Smash Ultimate in the afternoon.
Right.
But I was kind of unprepared, and so I was pretty tired throughout the whole afternoon, and I didn't really know where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do, so it felt kind of aimless. But then after the first day, I kind of because I'd never been to E3 before, and this was like a dream that I've wanted to go to E3 for ever since I can remember, honestly. So the second day, I kind of had my act together, and I had like a plan for what booths I wanted to visit and that sort of thing, and I was more energized. And then Swanky got us into the Nintendo VIP booths to play more Ultimate, and that was great. Got to meet a lot of cool people, met a lot of cool fans as well, and that was really
Saw Reggie
that's
eating
always
a
a great
granola
feeling.
bar.
So. Yeah, we saw Reggie eating a granola bar. That was the highlight of E3. Forget everything I just said.
On top of that, seeing Miyamoto with two bodyguards.
Yeah.
It looked like someone just took these bodyguards in like Photoshop and just scaled them up. Like they weren't human.
Yeah, 'cause I remember when Reggie, he walked like past me.
Yeah, I was
with
gonna
Simple
say.
Flips.
Yeah.
And with Chari, and then someone just taps me on the shoulder like, please step aside. I'm like, okay, sure. Then like I just look around, I see Reggie walking by with like 3 bodyguards. I was like, okay.
Like, oh,
Sure.
hello, Reggie.
Cool.
And then later on, I just saw Bill Trinan just chilling by himself. I'm like, okay, well, I guess you're not important enough to get security.
Neither is Takashi Iizuka. He's like the producer for the Sonic games now. And what was it? Was it the second day? I think it was like either the second or the third day. Like I passed by the Team Sonic Racing booth, and he just passed by like a dude. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that was something I found very fascinating about the whole environment, was that like Nintendo seems to have this way of kind of like celebritizing their management. Like for some reason they've just become the things that like these people are people that the fans really latch onto as like the mascot of the company, whereas other companies don't have to worry about that. Like I was talking with a startup company on the show floor, like with their head of, or like their CEO type guy, right? And I want to say the CEO of Ubisoft like comes by and starts talking to him, and just like nothing, like I mean the startup owner dude was like freaking out, and he was like giving him special attention. But I thought it was interesting that like compare that to Reggie. He's walking by with like 3 bodyguards whenever he has to move anywhere. It's kind of like ducking into secret doors and that sort of thing. Whereas the CEO of Ubisoft, he doesn't have that face recognition, so everybody just kind of like, you know, he's just a regular dude walking amongst the showgoers.
Because we didn't even know who he was. He just like showed up and started asking about the product. And then
Right.
like the CEO just like, oh, give me 1 second, guys. And we're just like, okay. Like we see gets all excited and we're like, wait, is that? Like we even had like a little discussion like, is that who we think it is?
I think it's interesting that we kind of bring up that Nintendo kind of like has personalities like Reggie and Miyamoto and even Iwata when he was around. You know, he was a pretty big figure as well. It almost makes me wonder, imagine if Nintendo made an official Reggie YouTube channel. Like,
Oh
you know,
my
people subscribe
God.
to people on YouTube for the personality. Imagine Reggie posting like silly vlogs like once a week. I mean, come on.
That would go
How
over
amazing
huge.
would that be? That would
Does
be
Reggie have an
so
Instagram?
cool.
I
I
feel like
don't
that
know
would
if
be
he
the best
does.
Instagram account.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Bill Trinan has a Twitter account.
Yeah.
But I don't think Reggie has an official one.
I would like
But I mean,
to
like,
welcome
it-
you all to my YouTube channel. Here is where we will talk about Nintendo things and Reggie. Like, just that would be amazing.
If it's
Now
not
that I'm finished
fun,
with this video, I can go back to playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on my new Nintendo 3DS.
He would totally do that.
if the tweet's not
It's actually
funny,
just
why
like
bother?
It's actually just a Reggie AI
Oh my god,
channel.
that new trend.
I feel just
The
like a
3D
purple
model of
Pikmin.
Reggie.
And then if Reggie ever got fired, okay, honestly, if Reggie ever got fired from Nintendo, he could just make a YouTube channel and just be like us. Like,
Yeah.
come on, he'd be fine. He would be
Dude,
fine.
to
Million
collab
subs in
with
like
Reggie,
2 days.
Oh my god.
But then Nintendo would copyright strike him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they have
they own him.
permanent rights to his face.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That would be the
had to-
funniest thing ever.
He had to blur out his own face.
and like pitch correct his voice.
Copyright his voice.
It just
Hello,
It'd
I am
just be like
Veggie
an
Resume.
Did you just say
It'd just be an
Veggie
anonymous
Resume?
video.
I did.
He just wears like a Guy Fawkes mask.
Oh my god.
Hello, I am anonymous. I'm going to go play Animal Crossing New Leaf on my new Nintendo 3DS.
All right, what were we talking about? Was it anything?
E3? You said, oh, your
E3.
favorite memory.
Oh yeah, I think we went through everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, we did. What about your least favorite memory?
Oh, least favorite.
I already
that's
know.
Oh,
My
my
least favorite memory was absolutely trying to order that Chinese food and them giving us a third of the food for $100 order.
You were so mad.
It takes a lot to make me mad.
Yeah,
like
it
you guys
does.
probably know that at this point, and that was like insanity.
Like you
Yeah.
were so mad to the point where I was like, I don't know if he's being serious or not. Like with how angry he is. Because like even when you're
He
angry,
was like phasing back and forth between like angry Drew and angry Hank Hill.
God dang it! These can't get my chicken.
like I'm so sorry. We ordered with my account, and I'm just, you know what? I ordered 3. I was like, I don't know if he's actually angry or if he's like, I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah, that was the thing. Is okay. So just to give context, I ordered food on my phone through like Uber Eats or something like that for 4 or 5 of us. I think it was 4 of us, and the food came, and
It took forever as well.
yeah.
Remember how long it
so
took?
I ordered more than an hour before they had to close, and then they came by like right at the time that they were closed. And so they brought like 1 bag of food for 4 people, and I was like, "Is this it?" And he was like, "Yes, that's all we got." I was like, "Okay." So I take it back, and I find that my food is there, and then like 1 piece of someone else's order is there, and that's it.
Yeah, it was like
For this,
one of my roles.
Yeah. for this like 4-person order, we ended up with like maybe, I mean, it was like $100 ticket, and we ended up with maybe $20 worth of food.
Mm-hmm.
So I called back the restaurant, and they were like, "Oh, we're closed, so we can't do anything about it." Like, they're like, "We can bring you the extra food that you were missing tomorrow morning." And I was like, "Oh, great, that's
Tomorrow
perfect.
morning.
Yeah, that's when I
that'll work.
want
We've
it.
been waiting for dinner for an hour and a half, and that's gonna help." So I don't understand how you can I could see the order in the app, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just the ticket itself on the bag when we got it showed like less than a third of the food, and I don't know how you messed that up. I don't know. It was just it was really frustrating to me because I had ordered I think I had convinced you guys like of a specific restaurant or something like that. So then I was mad that like my choice had ended up making people wait another like half an hour for food.
Right. It's funny because food was a huge thing on that trip too. Because I think one of the things that I haven't forgotten from that trip is when we went to the store to like get some provisions for the house, and then
we got Monster and Party pizzas. I don't know if that's what it is.
Yep, that was our food.
I think if I recall correctly, this is when Tetra and Tetrabit Girl got to the house. It might have been before, I don't remember, but I remember that Swanky, Simple Flips, and Luhu like stayed behind at Wendy's because Swanky wanted a 4 for $4.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, hold on. Segue here. Hashtag not sponsored, but Wendy's, if you're listening, please sponsor me. The 4x4. No, this is serious, guys. The 4x4 is the ultimate fast food combo.
First of all, it's 4
Because
for 4, not
you only
4x4.
Yeah. It might as well be the 4x4 because it's amazing. So the 4 for 4, because like a lot of people don't know this one simple trick, which you can make a clickbait video out of it, but you can substitute your drink for a Frosty, and that's a game changer. Because you can get a $3 sandwich, a $1 fry, a $1 chicken nugget, and then a Frosty for only $4.
Life hack with
It's like-
Swanky Box.
Yeah, it is amazing.
What I found really funny was that we didn't really take that long at the supermarket, and when we came back, we came back to pick you guys up, and we were like, "Wait, where's your food?" And you're just like, "I was really hungry. I just ate it all."
Oh yeah. We did take a while in the store, to be fair.
Did we?
Well, hold on. To be fair, but like I think you guys were in there for a long time, and we were sitting on that
Not blaming you.
old table outside.
Oh yeah, you were.
So there was like this metal furniture set that me, Simple, and Luhu were sitting on, and I realized if you turned the chair at all, it sounded like a banshee was screaming. Like it was so loud. And like, I don't know how you guys didn't hear it when you guys came out the store, because I was like, okay, well, no one said anything. We're just going to make as much noise on this furniture as possible. And this, I don't know how any of you guys, none of you turned around.
We
And
probably
yet-
just tuned it out, thinking it was like some deal with construction or somebody
It's
somebody
LA.
moving around a table for no good reason or something like that.
It's California. Who cares?
Yeah, the only reaction you could have to this is, oh, I'm about to get murdered. But like none of you guys turned around.
Well, I guess we know who would not survive in the event of a banshee attack.
Oh man. Oh, and after all the shenanigans, because there was a lot of stuff that happened. There was fibbage. There was what was that game that Kevin had us play, with the cards?
Mafia? Or
Mafia,
Werewolf?
yes.
Oh, Mafia.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
all right,
hold on.
all right, hold on. I need to speak.
No,
No, I need to speak. Okay.
You only get to speak after we explain how bad you screwed up.
Hold on. I just want to say that was my least favorite moment of E3. Okay, next year I am not playing Mafia with you guys. That game is horrible.
Oh,
Okay, I don't have 200 IQ for it. I'm just saying.
So, for those who don't know what Mafia is, basically you sit around in a circle, you deal a deck of cards, and if you get a red card, you're a member of the Mafia. And if you get a black card, you are basically civilian. And there's also someone can be a doctor, someone can be an inspector, and I think that's it, right? There's mafia, inspector.
I don't know.
And
There's like
then
20 jobs. It's confusing.
There are 3. Well,
So the
whatever.
doctor.
Wait, it was
I'll
like
split- I mean,
doctor and detective, I think is what we.
I think that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Something like
doctor
that.
and detective.
So everyone puts their heads down at night. The mafia both have to agree, and whoever's mafia has to agree on killing someone. After they put their heads down, the doctor can choose to save someone, or the detective gets to choose to point at someone and see if they are mafia. And there's a narrator who kind of verifies all this. But basically, what happened was during a specific game, Simple Flips was mafia, and I was a detective. I think I don't remember how this.
You were a doctor, weren't you?
How did this?
No, you were the detective.
Yes, and then I think Bandy, you were the narrator. Yes, that had to have been it
I was
because
the
I
narrator.
pointed at Simple Flips as a detective, which should give me the clear answer that he is mafia or not. And Bandy told me he wasn't mafia, or he was mafia. No, it was. he
See,
wasn't
even you're
mafia.
confused. I don't get it still.
No,
Game's
I'm getting-
confusing.
Well,
So-
now it's been
no.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm remembering it now. So you told me he wasn't mafia. So then I, as a detective, convinced everyone because I'm able to see the truth that he wasn't mafia during this whole game. And then Simple Flips went around the room killing every single person because he was mafia.
He
until
literally
we got to
convinced
the end when
everyone that
revealed
he
his
wasn't.
card.
So we were just like, wait, no, but it can't possibly be him because why would he say that? You know, like.
Yeah. 'Cause I was
Right.
I was mafia
Because-
too, and I just remember I just looked when you said it wasn't him. I just looked at Simp. I'm like, what? I'm like, what is going on? We just kind of looked at each other. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
Right, because if you're the detective and you call someone out, typically what happens is people assume you're a liar and then they kill the detective. Now, after you're dead, you reveal your card. So I revealed my card and I was the detective, so people believe that Simple Flips was not mafia. But Bandy had told me the wrong thing.
That's
so
what
it
it
set this
was.
whole game in the wrong direction. Yeah.
That's funny.
That was just.
I'm never playing
It was
that
so
game
funny.
again.
Yeah, you are. And
It's
we're
not
recording
happening.
it.
No, I'm seriously not playing it again.
Oh, man.
Game's bad.
That game's bad. Then we recorded so many things. I don't think I've ever had a light box shine in my eyes as much as that time. And just like
Oh, yeah, that
seeing
was
everyone's-
insane.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anyone can understand how much we recorded. Like, every day, it was like anywhere from 6 to 8 hours of recording. That doesn't include editing. That doesn't include any planning. We had to do all the planning ahead of time for what we wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was insane,
Yeah.
like, how much work that we all got done. We actually did pretty much everything that we had
Man.
planned.
Yeah.
I think there was a couple videos that I didn't get to do, and I just did them later on. But
Right.
I think outside of that, everyone got everything done, which was insane because there was so many videos we had planned. It was like 40 to 50,
Yeah.
somewhere in that
Yeah.
range. It's
It was
ridiculous.
rough working on recording for that bad game challenge.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Oh,
like
yeah.
technical difficulties.
Not only did we
aside.
sit in one room and play terrible games for like how long was it? Like at least
4
hours.
hours.
Five. It was
Okay.
like 5 hours, yeah.
But also the last game, which happened to be mine, great. We lost the footage the first time that we recorded it.
Oh my god!
And it's this game,
Yep.
it's Connect Joyride, where you have to hold your arms out in front of you like an idiot for the entire time that you're playing, which is deceptively tiring and will get you kind of fatigued after a bit. And it's not just me being a lazy pile of dookie. That's just the way it is.
I have to say, my
Um,
entire family enjoyed the the Hattie B's section of that video.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Oh,
So
that was
they-
another mistake.
Oh yeah. Explain your reasoning for why that's a mistake, because I'd
Okay.
love to hear that.
So for some context, Hattie B's is like a chicken restaurant, and they have the very, very hot chicken that you can get. I forgot exactly what it was called. Something like blazing hot.
Shut
No,
the cluck
it's-
up.
I don't. Yeah, it's shut the cluck up.
Okay, shut the cluck up. There you go. And I was convinced to try this. Now, I like hot food to an extent, but this was actual torture. So, like, imagine chugging a bottle of pepper. Okay, that's what this tasted like. That's what your throat felt like.
That's basically
It was
what it was.
like the worst thing, and it doesn't go away. Like the
This
pain
is so funny.
was
to
there
hear
for
you
like
say
10
this.
minutes.
because this is my favorite food in the world, just for my context. Not necessarily like the hottest of the hot. Like that's a special occasion type deal. But I have had hot chicken in Nashville that did make me regret my life choices, and that was not it. That was one that like I enjoy my experience every time I go there. So that was hilarious to me. That
God,
just to see an outsider's perspective.
I want to try it. I was like,
man.
like living vicariously through your guys' hot chicken challenge.
And that's what I was gonna say too. Is I think we might have to do a $5 good game challenge come what is it, October?
Yes, in October.
So yeah.
Yeah,
might
I'd
do
love to do that.
Me too.
Might be my project.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
You do a 4 for 4 challenge.
4 for 4
At Wendy's.
challenge.
Sponsored by Wendy's.
Sponsored by Wendy's.
Determining what the ultimate 4 for 4 combo is based on flavor
Bell
combinations, correct sauce choice, all this stuff.
What about you, Tetra? What was your like least favorite part of the whole trip?
Oh, my least favorite part was probably absolutely gaining like 12 pounds in 1 week from all the Denny's and everything that I was eating.
It
Yeah,
was
you're not
so
used to America,
bad.
huh?
It was a lot of fast and junk food. in
Well, I
1
think
week.
it's worse that like not only were we in America where there's literally just fast food at every
America.
corner, but at the same time we didn't have a car because we were all staying in like a big condo-ish house. I guess it's a house, but so basically our only option was we either walk to the few restaurants that were near us, like a 5-minute walk, 10-minute walk, or we had Uber Eats, and all we really had to order was just like fast food, and that was it. So we ate so bad, and on top of that we were all drinking like so much Monster just to try to stay awake and do everything. It was like the most unhealthy I've ever been in my entire life.
Can we take a moment to talk
Ridiculous.
about that house? About how weird it was.
It was
Oh my God,
humongous.
yeah.
That's so bizarre.
They were like, okay, just as an overview, this house had room for 10 of us to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a gigantic old house, but it was over a century old, I want to say. Is that right? And they
believe
kept
so.
on adding
Yeah.
renovations to it. So the internal like architecture was just like it was as if someone had made a much smaller house and then tacked on like 3 half houses to it over the decades.
Basically, that's
House
what it was.
DLC.
So, yeah,
House
So
DLC.
there, like to get to my room and to Chari's room, you had to go through a walkway, which was like there was floor and walls, but it was outside, which was bizarre. Like you would walk out this door and it's like, oh man, it's really hot. Like, what is the AC not working in here? But then you go up to the right and there's a deck and you're just outside.
Yeah. Like, cause it was.
So there were 2 separate parts that were air conditioned that were in the same house that were disconnected.
Yeah, it's funny because I remember the layout like just so perfectly. It's like you go into the living
Yeah.
room. There's the stairs on the right. Already from the living room, it's like divided in twain because like you can go down one hall and you end up in like a study, or you can go down the other hall and go to the dining room, which leads into the kitchen, which leads into like the washing room. So when we went there,
It's like a kid designed a house in The Sims.
and we're just like, oh, I guess this is just where the house ends. And then like we go into that walkway that you talked about, and it's like, wait, there's more. Like what?
Yeah. And there was a door. There was a totally superfluous door between the dining room and the kitchen. Or no, the dining room
That
and
was the
laundry room.
weirdest thing.
So there was like the normal path was that you were in the dining room and you walk off the side into the kitchen, and then you go out on the same wall in the kitchen. There's another door to the right which leads into the laundry room. So it's kind of like there's like, if you imagine it kind of like a triangle, like the dining room is on one corner, the kitchen's on another, and then the laundry room is on the third corner, right? So the normal path is you'd have to go through the kitchen to get to the laundry room, but then there was another door that was like kind of hidden that was like maybe 1.5 feet wide at most,
And the
that was connected between. It looked like a pantry door.
and the funny
But
thing
you
about
open
it
it
is
up.
Weird though, because it saves you 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, if that.
Depending if you open that door at like max speed, then maybe. But
If you're speed running it.
I'm just trying to think of like the only thing that
How
it
speed
takes,
run?
like you literally walk around the refrigerator and then you're there. So like it's such a weird
Yeah. It was bizarre.
Yeah.
slice in the house. Yeah.
But the thing that I wanted to bring up is that there were like 7 baby cribs in this house.
Yes, which is
Oh, I
incredibly
forgot
my
bizarre.
about
God.
that.
Yeah.
That was incredibly bizarre.
So there were what, like 6 or so bedrooms at least. No, there had to have been more than that because there were 10 of us. I think there was probably about 7 bedrooms altogether, and then probably a good 5 of those bedrooms had baby cribs, which was like really kind of strange. It was like, this used to be like an orphanage or like a nursery? Like,
well, the house slept, I think, like 14 people or like 4 octomoms.
4 octomoms. And then there were
we
like
talked at one point about like grabbing a bunch of or I talked about, I guess, buying a bunch of baby dolls and like hiding them in the cribs and sending Simple Flips on a quest to find a key or something. That would have been fun.
I kept a bunch of bananas like in my crib.
Yeah, you did.
What, you did?
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
It's in the video. It's in the vlog.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's in the vlog. Only 2 are left by the time we did the vlog. But
you actually kept them in there the whole time?
Yeah, it was his banana cradle.
I thought that was just a goof for the vlog.
I didn't know where to put them, so I was like, well, this works.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that house was huge, and it was just a great time, meeting everyone for the first time, and just having fun and building those bonds, just playing games, making videos, discussing what we do and how we do it. Some of us
7 out of 10 would do it.
7.
Yeah.
For some of us, mainly for me, because I was away from home for quite a while. I got to bond with Nathan. I got to bond with Drew for a little while. Tetra got there like the last day of E3, unfortunately. So we had to do the entire E3 experience for him in one day.
It was like 6 hours.
I think
So I got there at noon.
I think he referred to it as let's speed run E3.
Yeah, honestly.
What was like everyone's favorite like part of the expo?
My favorite was definitely the Konami backstage
Oh my
Hypersports
God,
R
yes,
event.
man.
That was like
this.
insane.
That was crazy. We were all there, right? Like all 5 of us.
I think so, yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and I think Simple Flips was there as well.
Simple Flips was
I
there.
think
Oh yeah, he
everyone
was
but the
there.
Hobo
Of
Bros.
course. Yeah, and Luke and Kevin too. Yep.
Were they there?
No, they weren't
Yeah,
there.
they
Everyone
weren't
was there
there,
but
yeah.
them.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I thought. Oh, okay.
No. So wait, it was you who got invited to that, right, Drew?
Yeah. They asked me if I wanted to come
I think
see
he
their
signed
game,
up.
and then
He signed up
I
for it.
asked
I
you
think
guys
you got an
if you
email.
wanted. I asked you guys if you wanted to
got
come
an
play this
invite
game,
somehow,
and nobody.
I remember
said
he told me
they
like, "Oh,
wanted
do you want to go?" I'm like,
or no,
"Yeah, sure." I'm not.
yeah, I think it
don't
was
have
you,
anything
Chari.
going on then. And then like we all just tagged along, and they were super okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
He's
was
like, hey,
originally
do you
just
guys
want to
check out an unannounced multiplayer experience for the Switch?
And we're
I'm
like, "Heck
sure, let's do it.
Sounds fun.
Yeah,
And
it
I
was
think
originally
sounds
he
just
good.
gonna
signed
be.
up.
but okay.
I think he signed up me and Nathan,
I believe.
and then
that's
he's like,
true.
"Oh, I brought some more people."
No, it was just me and
No.
you and Chari.
I was literally
okay.
just
Oh,
like,
okay.
hey, I'm gonna try to just bust in here.
But it ended
See
up
if he
that we
lets
had like
me in.
6 or 7 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it worked out fine because we were the only people at that time slot
Yeah.
to get in
Yeah,
there.
there was like 2 more people that showed
Yeah.
up for a bit,
Yeah.
and then like their switches kept overheating. I was like,
Oh, I remember that. The games kept crashing.
The dev kits.
Yeah, because they were
Yep.
using the dev kits.
shout outs to Benji.
Yeah, shout outs to Benji, who was a super awesome dude. With should we talk about what that game is, or I mean we didn't sign an NDA.
I don't know.
I think it's pretty.
It's already announced.
Yeah, it's already announced, and I think
Is
it's
it
pretty-
out?
I don't
It might
know.
be out.
If it's out, oh my god, we need to get it immediately.
I don't think so. I saw that it was being
You're
it was
looking
it was
it up.
being shown off at Gamescom.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh, what
think there's
killed
still-
me, and I'm sorry, Konami, but what killed me is that they actually used the art that we saw at E3.
It was just the one girl's leg was so long. Like the way the artwork was framed, it made her leg look like it was probably 4 times the length of her upper body.
I'm looking at it right now. It's so long.
I really like that one dude's face. I don't
The
remember his name.
Oh, the guy who's doing the BLJ.
The best way I can describe that game is it's Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, but not fun.
No, it was
had
a
a
lot
good
of fun.
time.
We had
I
a
had
lot
a
of
good
fun
time.
with that game.
Like no lie, I had
I
a good
think
time.
we had fun. Like that was the
We made
Well,
it
the thing
fun.
was, I think it would have been like not a great time, except for the guy who was it Benjamin
Yes.
who was
Yeah.
running the thing? Okay. So he was like, okay, but our record on the pole vault or whatever it is this, and then Simple Flips was like, okay, I got this. We're gonna go.
I think it was,
and then it became a competition.
Yeah, I think Abdallah had
yeah.
before.
Shout out to Abdallah.
Yeah.
He was the one that
We destroyed his time. His record. It was funny because
Oh
all of us
man,
were
I saw
bouncing
him in
the
Vegas.
record
I
back
should
and
have
forth.
smashed, or I should have smack talked him when I met up with him.
Just smashed it.
Yeah.
I should have smashed Abdallah into the floor.
Just threw a javelin across the room.
What's
98 meters.
because okay, like what was the sequence of events? Because I remember, like once he told us that was the record, we were like, oh, we're determined now. Because there are like 4 different, I think, like games in the demo we played. It was like
I think there was 3. One of them wasn't. It was just like a video.
Yes,
It wasn't
you're
playable.
correct.
That's right.
right.
Yeah.
it was triple jump,
There was the javelin.
Yes.
There was the 100-meter dash, and
the triple jump or the long jump, something like that.
oh yeah.
So basically what happened was he told us about that in the javelin, like this was in the javelin minigame, and I think Tetra, were you the one who broke it first?
Yeah, I broke
yeah,
it first.
you broke
yeah.
it first. You broke the record first, and then that's when Simple Flips was like,
And then Simple Flips broke his own record like 4 times.
didn't Swanky? No,
No.
it was Nathan, I think, who beat Tetra, and then
Dude, I had the record for like 3 minutes, and then Simple broke it by like 100th of a second, or he
I
got
don't
like
think it was
100.
even. No, hold on. It wasn't 3 minutes. Like you had literally got the record, and the guy was writing it down when Simple was like, "I broke it."
Yeah,
Because
it
I remember
felt like 3 minutes, but it
it
was like
was-
3 seconds.
it was like the entire crowd that was around you just like shifted eyes and watched Simple instead of you.
God dang it.
oh man. But yeah, that was a fun experience, despite a game that was a little lackluster.
It was. I think it had its kinks that needed to be worked out.
sure.
I'm a fan of like Mario Party like games, so it is what it
Right,
is.
yeah.
hmm
But that was a great part of the whole expo, and you know that was on the last day as well, and that's when we all went home. Well, we all went home to the E3 house, and you know just stayed there pretty much from day in day out, except when we had to like go out and eat or you know do what we were gonna do. we wanted to go to Sam's Club because Swanky has a membership. Costco, not Sam's Club. Costco.
Costco, please.
Yes. We wanted to go to Costco. We never did, and we'd been planning it in advance too.
So the problem was we should have went on the very first day, but then by the time
Yeah.
we scheduled out time to go to Costco, there was like 3 days left to stay there, so there was no point in getting a bunch of food.
So what we did was we paid 10 times as much ordering Uber Eats.
Yep.
Yeah.
The entire trip.
I thought it
Yeah.
was hilarious that Simple Flips and Luhu ended up ordering bubble tea like twice a day every day that they were
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I guess they're used to Uber Eats. I mean, I actually never used it before because
Same.
I have a
Me neither.
car and I like just driving to
Yeah.
get my food instead of having someone bring it to me. But I guess it really depends on where you live. Like if you live in LA or just like in a city in general, you're not going to have a car, so you're going to use things like Uber Eats a lot.
Right.
It's just so, oh my god, it was so expensive. Like every meal was like $20.
Yeah.
It's insane. And we had to do this for a week. I don't even want to know how much money I spent
Oh
on
yeah,
food.
no, me neither. Not at all. And it's funny. It's funny that you mentioned that was your first time using it too, because it was my first time as well. And I bought us breakfast at Too Many Games, which was the convention afterwards, which was sort of it was almost the inception, I want to say, of Minus Cast. Like that was when we were like, okay, we need to do this. Swanky, do you wanna segue us into that?
I guess the best way I can explain it is we were all staying at some hotel that was about, I don't know, probably about 5 minutes away.
It wasn't even a hotel. It was like a convention center that happened to have hotel rooms for some reason.
Yes.
Right. So I think the difference between E3 house and this was E3 house, we all had our separate rooms. So like when we all went to bed, that was it. Whereas at the hotel, at this place, we were all obviously in the same room. Now there were enough beds for everyone, but I guess the best way I can explain it is you have like, was it 4 of us?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it was 4
It
of us.
was everyone here
So you
except Tetra, I think. Rest in peace, Tetra.
So you,
Rip Tetra.
So you have 4 grown dudes sleeping in a room, but with the mentality of as if we're all like 5-year-olds.
Like,
because like if anyone has siblings, or if you ever do a sleepover when you're younger, a lot of times what you would ask is like, "Hey, you still awake?" You like whisper across the room to see if other people are still awake, and then it would start a conversation up, and people would start laughing, and we're all so tired because the one night we stayed up at like 5 or 6 in the morning.
it was 5
Mind
in the
you,
morning.
we went to bed at 2, I think,
Did we?
because we all had a panel in the morning.
Yeah.
oh, I forgot about that. Maybe the panel the next morning.
It was a panel at like 10 a.m. too. It was the first
It
panel
was
of the
so
day.
early. Yeah.
We were just like, okay, we gotta get up.
So we were all super sleep deprived, and we started talking about like, because Too Many Games is like a convention where you go and you look at retro games. So it's like a lot of nostalgia. So we started talking about like very nostalgic things to like, I think we're maybe talking about nostalgia memes, like older memes or
memes,
like
yeah.
older funny
memes.
yeah, like
Vintage
funny
fermented
content online.
Fermented. That's my favorite.
Fermented memes. And then that's when it all started, because I don't know if it was I thought of it or someone else randomly thought of the Ultimate Showdown
You did.
of Ultimate Destiny that came out probably like, what, 2006, 2007, something around
like that.
then. And now for those who remember that song at the end, there's a specific part where like 30 characters fight Chuck Norris. And being super sleep deprived, all of us, well, mainly me, I guess the driving force. I would
It
not
was
let
you.
it go.
You would
I
not
think it was-
let it go. I was dying that
think-
night.
I think I was so exhausted that like I was just going for it. But like I wanted to recall all the names of all the different fighters that fought Chuck Norris
I know that.
without looking it up. So, and what happened was I would get through them and I was missing a verse. And it still flowed together nicely, but I knew I was missing a verse and it was driving me insane.
My favorite moment of that night was like we were all laughing, and then like things came to a lull, and then you were like, you started like recounting them again, like when everything was silent, and it just made us laugh even harder.
Yeah, I really felt like an 8-year-old that night. It was weird.
Yeah.
Gandalf the Great and Gandalf the White and Monty Python and the Holy Grail's Black Knight, Benito Mussolini
Yeah.
and the Blue Meanie and Cowboy Curtis and John B. the Genie.
But see, you're reading it off though.
No, I know the whole thing by pretty
Oh,
much
do
the whole
you?
song, dude.
Okay, because
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then
Should have had you there.
you're my long lost brother.
There you go.
that's thank you, Tetra, for bringing it up, because I remember like it was literally just us laughing, and then it came to a lull, and then you just hear Swinky go, Gandalf the Grey, Gandalf the White.
It was, I think it was the Darth Vader verse, because like you said, what was the last one you ended on? It was
Benito Mussolini and the
Big
Blue
Blue
Meanie,
Meanie,
Cowboy Curtis and John B. the Genie.
John B. the Genie.
RoboCop,
It's low-
Terminator. No, there's one before
No,
that.
it's hold on, no. It's
There's one before that.
Here we go again.
This is important.
Yeah, this is
Ilias
exactly,
Preston, Theodore
no,
Logan,
yeah,
Spock the
it's-
Rock,
yeah,
Doc
that's
Ock,
it.
and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
No, that's later.
it's
this is exactly what it
yeah,
was
see,
that
so,
night.
so pause for a second. This is exactly what happened. We were mixing the verses up, and it caused this big thing. So RoboCop, Terminator, Captain Kirk, Darth Vader, Low Pants, Superman,
Yes,
every single Power Ranger, Bill S.
Preston,
Preston,
Theodore
Logan,
Logan.
Spock, The Rock, Doc Ock, and Hulk Hogan.
Yes, correct.
Okay. But see, if you miss one of those lines, you're done, because you're very caught in this limbo where you're like, hold on, I'm missing some fighters. It was
Are they all confirmed?
and when
for
you're
Smash?
super tired and lacking energy, it's a very brutal time.
Oh man, that was just as funny as that night. And then like I kept bringing it back because I was like, wait, Swank, so it's Gandalf the Grey, Gandalf the White. Like we just started laughing again.
I think I was so sleepy that sometimes I would just be like, oh, okay, well, this is what it is, and I would say it again without even thinking that like you were screwing with me.
No, and like it was just you were so intent because I think it was like the Power Rangers part that like you couldn't remember, like that verse was the one that like eluded you, and you were just like I'm missing one. What is it?
No, it was
Where
the
are
lead
you?
up to the Power Rangers. I remember specifically it was the lead up to the Power Rangers because I was cutting off 2 fighters, but it missed the it's like because everything's like in 4s. It feels like so like I would miss off 2 fighters. I was like, wait, no, I've only done 2. I'm going into the 4th, the 4th stanza or whatever.
First tier 4.
Just ruined my world.
And Too Many Games was another like thing that we did together with the panel the next day where we were functioning on like 5 or 4 hours of sleep.
I gotta say that was really cool. At the panel, there were a couple people that had our "It's Not Melee" shirts on.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
that was amazing.
Whoa, people actually bought these. This is really neat. Like, it was cool to see it like in person.
Mm-hmm. And like
So
in
that was
blue
really
too.
neat.
Like that was like, oh, that's not a color I would expected someone to get it in.
Yeah,
What was your guys' favorite experience from that panel?
from the panel.
Yes.
I mean, probably just that. I would say, just like
The panel
like
was
seeing
a lot
people
of fun.
show up. Yeah, because I remember I had a panel there actually like 2 years ago, and there were like 10 people there, and that was it. So we had, I don't know, like 30, 40 this time,
Yeah.
which is pretty. Maybe it was almost 50, but I don't know. Like we filled almost. I don't know how big the room was, but we filled a good portion of that room. That was
I
pretty
remember.
neat.
I remember walking up that day, and we were like, "Wait, where is room 2?" Which is where we were having our panel. We couldn't find it, and we had to ask like one of the attendants there. And then we just see this line, and we're like, "No, that line can't be for us, right?"
Yeah, and it was.
And it was.
I would say my least favorite part of the panel was every time a difficult question was
Oh
asked.
my god.
You guys would be murmuring, and then everyone would like dominoes just look at me to answer first. And I was like, why am I always the first one to answer?
Because you were on the far left of the table. You have to go left to right.
That was mostly Drew
From my
doing that.
from my perspective, I was on the right.
Yeah, but
That's my argument, and I'm sticking to it.
from my perspective, Chari should have started. Yeah, oh, but it was a great time, and I definitely can't wait to It sucks that it has to be like next year where we all meet up again because I'm fairly confident, and at least I hope so. Next E3, all 10 of us will be there. A few extras here and there, depending on who we're bringing, but.
I'll probably have John there as well,
that's
so he can
cool.
help me edit.
Oh, nice! I'd love to finally meet him.
Yeah, John's really cool.
Oh
I'd
yeah,
hate to finally meet him.
I know you would.
dang
so
it, John!
jealous.
Least favorite thing about E3, meeting him.
Meeting John. Shoutouts to totally not a bear. But I know that we're meeting up in October, but like just to have everyone else in that house is going to be great because a lot of more memories are going to be made, and it's just always something you look forward to.
I'm gonna have to find a bigger house.
That's what I was thinking.
A big house.
house.
A giant house.
I don't know if they get much bigger than that though. That was like almost 5,000 square feet.
Yeah.
There was that one mansion I showed you guys that was like super expansive with like a pool
that
outside and
It
everything.
was just Rice Gum's house.
Yeah.
Well, you could just bunk
rent
with
out
Rice
Gum's
Gum.
house.
That'd be fine.
Kevin knows him.
Be in his
so-
diss tracks.
Right.
Be cool.
Yeah. 10 YouTubers versus one Rice Gum diss track.
We would destroy
Begin.
him.
Yes. we would.
Annihilated.
Smashed into the floor. Not to mention like all the the places that we went to, like oh man, that night with Swanky talking to that old man.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
That was really funny. No,
Wait, what? Talking about what?
don't you remember?
We were at a
talked
party.
to
We were
an
at a
old
rooftop
man?
party, like a Devolver party or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And you were just like, "I'm gonna go figure out what this old dude's all about." And you just walked over and we were talking to this random guy.
But like,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry,
what was really funny about it was that you said that and you walked over, but you weren't talking to him right away. You were just awkwardly sitting across from him.
well, because it was one of those things where like he was playing on his phone and he wouldn't look up, and I was gonna be like, "Hey, dude." I wasn't gonna like swat the phone out of his hand. I don't know.
Let's talk right now.
I was a
Was your
I was a
plan to go over
networking
there and be like,
beast
"Hey,
that
dude,
night."
you shouldn't have your face in your phone. This is a party. You're supposed to be networking."
yeah.
to an old dude.
throw like 50 business cards at him and just walk away.
Swanky Box, remember the name.
I ran that entire roof.
Oh, you did. You did.
I talked to so many people.
While Drew,
That's how you do it,
while
man.
Drew and I were just like, oh man, that's just too much noise. We need to go somewhere else to talk. And then you came down. You're like, guys, no, like it's right now. It's your moment. And we're just like, okay, Swanky, we'll be right there.
Sprout your wings and fly.
That's basically what you were like. Oh man.
Okay, but we spent that whole night on that roof, obviously. But like, in that tent was like some psychedelic, like weird trip. Did anyone else go into that and lose himself?
No.
I wanted to though.
So apparently there was like this area where it's not apparently because I found it, but like you go inside and it's a 3D projection tent that you go inside and you just lay on the ground and you just trip out because there's like, it's like, imagine being surrounded by like Windows 98 screensavers, but you're looking through them through like a kaleidoscope and you can't escape.
It's super scary.
That's the best way I can describe it. It was super relaxing, but like I'm like, wait, hold on, why am I laying on the ground looking at this? I'm gonna leave.
What I do want to say is that like probably next time or like sometime in the near future, we should go to Canada and like spend more time with Tetra and go to one of like what was the convention you went to like after E3?
I didn't end up going actually to Con Bravo.
Con Bravo. Oh, you did.
But-
Did you end up going to E4?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
Evo.
Canada has E4. No,
Hey.
heard it here.
It's actually better.
I
than E3.
am planning on going to EGLX, which is in Toronto.
Ooh.
That's I think the end of October.
Oh man, that'd be cool to go.
That
Yeah.
doesn't sound like a real country.
It is. It isn't.
Toronto.
It's America.
You're
The
right.
zoo.
Is that
You're
in,
right. It's not Drew.
I'm so smart.
it's in Canada, eh?
E.
Eh?
With all the Mounties.
Okay, hold on. About the whole Canada thing, because I was just far north in the wilderness there on a fishing trip. I've never, I guess, been into the area of Canada, but specifically, I remember talking to this one guy on a boat, and
mean about?
every other word he said was "a,"
Really?
and it was the most surreal. Like I felt like my soul was leaving my body. Like he's just like, I don't know how you can mentally have a conversation and remember to say "a" after every single word, or why you would do that. And I'm just like, wow, this is incredible.
He just knew you were
This is-
American and
this
was
is-
trying to mess with your perception of the
Yeah.
stereotype.
Like it was like 200% Canada, like in one area.
200%.
It's like orange juice from concentrate.
Yeah, exactly. A.
No, I think you mean maple
Plenty
syrup.
of vitamin A.
Oh my
Oh
god.
man.
Oh.
All right. Well, we're nearing our hour mark. If you guys want to.
Yeah,
call it.
I think it's
Yeah.
it's a good time. Next time, I don't know what the topic's going to be or who's going to be on it, but we will have to go down the list. But something I do know, and I don't know if this is going to spark up another conversation, is that two of our members here, I know at least two of them, have to get ready for the the great Glover debate of 2018.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to replay it.
Can we
Again.
formally call it that? The Great Glover Debate of 2018.
I feel like if we for a thumbnail we need to have like the Ace Attorney dude pointing, but he has Glover on his hand,
That'd be awesome.
and the other guy can have cross stitch. Which, for those who don't know, severe Glover lore, Cross Stitch is the villain of Glover, who has the most notorious evil laugh in all of gaming.
If you want to check that out, link is in the description. Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it really though?
I'll make sure it is.
I don't know. You tell me.
Person in charge of the channel.
I don't.
All right.
So I think that about wraps up our first minus cast.
My
Smash like.
Share,
Smash that dislike button.
share it with all of your
Yay.
friends and
Can
Can
family.
we get 5
Don't-
likes on the first?
Don't
minus-
use it as an ad.
Please. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
don't
God.
do that.
Please
It's an
don't.
do
hour-long
that. It's
ad.
not polite.
Can we get same likes as dislikes?
No. that messes with the SEO.
That's also not polite.
But thank you guys for joining us on our very first Midas Cast. Thank you, Nathan, Drew, Swanky, Tetra. Thank you guys for an hour of your time being here and recording for our very first podcast, which I hope goes over really well.
I think it was a pile
No
of
worries, man.
garbage.
You would.
I'll send you my invoice for an hour.
Yeah. Hey, just PayPal me. It's all good.
Shut up. But let us know what topics you'd like us to talk about in the future. We do have a list. We're always
If any.
What? Oh, if any, yeah.
Yeah.
If any.
Or just suggest if you want us to end the podcast, we can do that too after one episode.
If you want us to all quit our YouTube channels and go get jobs at McDonald's, let us know.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Free fries.
I think you mean Wendy's, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendies.
4 for 4 every day.
So hold on.
Wendy's.
Yeah.
Wait, what were you gonna say, Swank?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay, but
Well, hold on. Earlier, when we were talking about Costco,
Yes.
I wanted to make a 4 for 4 for 4 joke about Costco because of how good the deals are, but I never had the opportunity.
you mean like 4 products for $4 for 4 people?
Yeah.
Cool. But like I said, if there's anything you guys want us to talk about in the future, if there's any other guests that you think would fit our little group, then let us know. We'll try to get them on, and we might not try to get them on depending on if you want us to get like Todd Rogers or Drake or Markiplier. No, I mean we can get them obviously.
Yep.
But they're just a phone call.
Yeah, bad
away.
examples.
No, good examples. We've had them on before. But yeah, like let us know. Please make sure to share this with a lot of people that you think would enjoy this kind of stuff. Sharing is the best way to get our stuff out there. And thanks for listening in.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Please. Anything else you guys want to say to head off?
Bye.
We should probably say bye in unison.
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2.
3, 2,
Bye.
1.
Bye.
I
Goodbye.
See you later.
died.
Have a nice time.
Be safe.
Oh, make sure to get your intake of vitamin A.
E?
Hey.
To all our Canadians out there.
Okay.